Exposing legal misconduct in El Paso, a call for accountability. Over the past 3 years, we have grown by leaps and bounds at the Sammy C Show. As we come to the end of another year, we would like to thank all the former and current judges, retired and practicing attorneys, court clerks, bailiffs, county employees, and especially the citizens of El Paso, Texas, who have helped us shine a bright light on the unethical and potentially criminal behavior of some in the El Paso legal community. We know that with their aid and information, they are putting their careers on the line, and from the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you. We will continue to protect those who provide us with aid and information through the First Amendment, anti-SLAPP laws, and Supreme Court decisions against those who wish to continue to unethically practice law and abuse the judiciary for their own personal gain and their retribution. Over the past years, we have reviewed hundreds of court cases, answered hundreds of complaints from victims asking for our help, and helped several victims with their judicial and bar complaints against their abusers. During our research and review, we have found a pattern that has emerged at the El Paso County Courthouse. There are 2 extremely huge issues that we will be focusing on in 2025. The first is an extensive abuse by the judiciary in the violation of due process rights against litigants, especially those acting as pro se. We have found through case reviews and testimony an extensive and prevalent abuse of civil rights and unethical behavior by the El Paso County Judiciary. We have learned that the majority of judges in El Paso, Texas, believe that the elected official immunity clause protects their unethical behavior and their violations of civil rights and cannot be sued. As we have reviewed this issue, we have found leading attorneys in Texas that have successfully brought suits against district court judges for violations of due process rights in federal court. We here at the Sammy C Show will begin to push a huge initiative through the pro bono assistance of outside legal counsel with the filing of these claims. The citizens of El Paso, Texas, must begin to hold these judges legally accountable. Their violations of constitutional rights are actionable, and we will begin to push for this accountability through the federal court system. The second issue we have found is the abuse of the Amicus attorney system. Through a review of several court cases and Amicus filings, and through the interviews of several families that have been victims of this abuse at the hands of court-appointed Amicus attorneys. We have found a willful disregard by the Amicus attorneys in El Paso, Texas to adhere to the requirements set forth by the Texas Bar and the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct. We have found that the Amicus attorneys assigned by family court judges in El Paso County do not conduct a quarter of what is required of them by law and precedent. This willful disregard by the Amicus attorneys to follow the rules is actionable and negligent as they owe a duty. Like the judiciary, the Amicus attorneys believe that their actions are protected under the Texas Bar prescribed immunity. Like the judiciary, a willful disregard of the prescribed requirements destroys immunity and is actionable under the tort of negligence. Further, we have found that on several occasions, family law attorneys have brought these violations to the attention of the family court judges through proper court filing and arguments that have been ignored by the family judges, making these judges willfully ignorant to the rules set forth by the Texas Bar. Through the assistance of outside legal counsel, we have found the necessary precedent and proper court filings to begin to hold these Amicus attorneys liable under the tort of negligence and the managing law firm liable under the tort of agency. The immunity wrongfully held by these Amicus attorneys is destroyed through their willful disregard of the rules set forth by the Texas Bar and cannot be saved by the family court judges. Since these judges have chosen to be willfully ignorant to the Amicus attorneys' wrongdoings, the courts, having been placed on notice through proper court filings brought forth by legal counsel, identifying the wrongdoings of the Amicus attorneys, which are then ignored by the family court judge, is a clear violation of due process rights and is therefore actionable against the presiding judge. The willful ignorance displayed by the family court judiciary goes far beyond a simple abuse of discretion. We here at the Sammy C Show will begin to put forth a push for legal action by the victims of El Paso, Texas, in both federal and district courts to hold these unethical law practices accountable. We hope to begin to issue through litigation a change in the family court system and the abuse of the amicus attorney. We will further begin to push for an increase in the filings of bar complaints against Amicus attorneys who willfully disregard the rules set forth by the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct. Lastly, the Sammy C Show will assist in 2025, a court monitoring initiative through the Texas Open Courts Act, spearheaded by an outside organization that will monitor El Paso courts, judges, and attorneys for violations and begin to file the proper bar and ethics complaints as witnessed by the court monitor. Immunity is only enjoyed by those who follow the law and its ethical practices.
The Sammy C Show, a citizen journalist and legal activist.